The Court Jester. An old 50s classic that has been kind of forgotten a little bit today, but was once considered one of the greatest comedies of all time. It even stars one of the time period's most famous actors, Danny Kaye. So is this something that should be better remembered? Well, let's take a look. The story focuses around a man named Hawkins. He serves as an entertainer for a group of Robin Hood-like figures in the forest. He goes on an infiltration mission with the group's second command, and he ends up sneaking into the castle as a court jester. Throughout the movie, he gets caught up in different situations that he has to figure out how to get out of. The story is simple, but it is paced well and it transitions very smoothly. The only criticism I have of this story is the love story between the captain and Hawkins. It gets established very early on in the movie, but doesn't really get talked about again until the end. I wish they spent more time on it and built it up a little bit more so it would feel more earned when the movie ended. Aside from that though, the story is written pretty well and is enjoyable to watch. Now let's take a look at the comedy.
Your Majesty, I have a confession. My secret I must know.
One of my favorite segments of this movie is the opening credits. Danny Kaye does an amazing job of acting like they're actually there and interacting with them. Considering that this movie came out in 1955, it would have been a ton of work to get the credits to play out like this, and they did an amazing job. The comedy in this movie is very well executed also. One scene that really stands out to me is where they basically knight him in a hurry. Check this out. Not only did I find it funny, but considering that it was very fast paced, they executed it very well. Also, Danny Kaye does a great job selling the comedy. He knows what faces to make, how to react to every comical situation they're filming. Along with the good comedy, they did a great job of filming the musical segments as well. I mean, you can tell everything that's on a stage set, but they know how to utilize every section of the set so you forget that it is a stage set. One criticism I often hear about this movie is some of the unsubtle editing in it. One of the biggest examples of this goes back to the Night in a Hurry scene. If you look closely, you'll notice that there are pauses in between movements and they basically just looped it. It's easy for us to criticize that today, but you have to remember, back then they didn't have the kind of computers and editing tools that we have today. So I don't think it's fair to hold stuff like that against this movie. One criticism I do have for the movie though is where he's interacting with the princess for the first time. I personally feel like Danny Kaye was trying a little too hard in this scene and it kills the comedic moment. Aside from that one scene though, I personally feel like the production and comedy were overall very well done. Now the last thing we gotta check out is the music.
I say, come now, Jester, tell us what you have in the basket.
The music in this movie is brilliant and is very well done. Danny Kaye does a great job singing all the songs in this movie and he executes them very well. The songs in this movie are also very well written. The lyrics are written well and have good rhymes, and the music is pretty catchy as well. The maladjusted Jester is easily my favorite song in the movie, but they're all pretty good. What's so interesting is that this was composer Vic Scohen's very first movie he composed. Vic Scohen wasn't new to music by this point. In fact, he had already done work with some other famous acts such as the Andrews Sisters and Bing Crosby. But Court Jester was the very first time he applied music to film. Even though it was his first time, he did a fantastic job and even earned praise from famed composer Igor Stravinsky, who composed some classic songs like Firebird Suite that Disney would actually go on to use in their movie Fantasia 2000. If you ask me, I say that the music is where the movie is strongest. I gotta say, after watching this movie in its entirety, I do think it's a movie that deserves to be remembered better. The comedy is great and funny, and the music sounds fantastic. I would put this movie right up there with Singing in the Rain, and I think it's something you should certainly check out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like and comment below. Let me know what you think of this movie. If you would like to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications. And if you like the channel and would like to help it grow, you can support the channel through Patreon or PayPal. Links to both will be in the description below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching and have a nice day.